What is going on, everyone? Sharp Eyes here, welcoming you back to another The Last of Us Part 1 on the PS5 collectible guide. From our previous chapter, Lakeside Resort, you can see that we've collected 10 artifacts, 2 Firefly Pendants, 2 comics, 1 training manual, 1 Shiv Door, and 1 optional conversation. Guys, the Lakeside Resort was a pretty small chapter for collectibles, even though it was pretty spread out, you know, with Ellie hunting by herself, and then, you know, the cannibals chasing her and splitting her and Joel apart, and then Joel having to rescue her. So guys, we're getting into the thick of things right now, because the next chapter we're going to jump into is going to be the bus depot. And again, it's really not a long chapter at all. We're coming down to the wire now, you know, because after the bus depot, we're going to jump into the hospital. And then after that, it's going to be the epilogue. So we're definitely getting into it. And then also remember, guys, that I'm also going to be covering the Left Behind DLC as well. So you definitely want to stay tuned for that. So without being said, guys, we're going to jump right into it, and I'll see you in the bus depot.
Ellie! Did you hear me?
No. What?
Look, hospital. This is where we get off. Let's go, kiddo.
So once you're able to take control over Joel,
Feel
go
that
ahead and
breeze,
just
huh?
keep following Ellie,
I tell you, on a day like
because
this,
they're
I
just
can
going to
sit
keep
on my porch.
conversating, and then eventually
Pick
the
away my
optional
sunshine.
conversation prompt is
Yeah,
going to
once we're
show
done with this
above
whole
Ellie.
thing, I'm gonna teach you how
So
to
just
play
go ahead and
guitar.
just keep walking.
Yeah, I reckon you'd really like that. What do you say, huh?
And there you go. Just hit the prompt, and then Ellie will answer Joel.
Ellie, I'm talking to you.
Huh? Oh. Yeah, sure, that sounds great.
So once she finishes, go ahead and head over to the RV on the left side. And what we're looking for in here is just going to be an artifact. And in fact, it's going to be this family photo right here on top of the sink. Just go ahead and pick it up. Once you've collected that, go ahead and make an immediate 180. And Ellie's going to be standing in front of the bus, looking at the airline advertisement there. So just go ahead and approach her, let her talk, and then another optional conversation prompt is going to appear.
Go on, tell me about it.
So, I'm on this big plane full of people, and everyone is screaming and yelling because the plane's going down. So I walk to the cockpit, open the door, but there's no pilot. I try to use the controls, but I obviously have no clue how to fly a plane. And right before we crash, I wake up. I've never been on a plane. Isn't that weird?
Well, you know, dreams are weird.
That they are. And, you know, having a dream like that will definitely rattle anyone's nerves. You know, so go ahead and go down the ramp here, because we're going to get off the highway. So we just want to go ahead and bypass all these cars. You know, just seeing all these abandoned cars being here for years, you know, it just gives you kind of a creepy, eerie feeling, you know. So once you get close, go ahead and hop over the divider here, and then right on the floor is going to be the next Firefly Pendant. So once you drop down from the bus to head over the gate, keep heading into the bus depot now. Once we enter the depot, head over to the left side and take the flight of stairs. Now what we're going to be looking for is going to be a luggage that's open that's going to contain an artifact. It's going to be right here next to the pile of other luggages. So go ahead and just pick this one up. Immediately after that,
We didn't have a clue back
we're going to go ahead and trigger an optional conversation. But first, head over to the ladder so Joel can inspect it.
Well, we could use that ladder.
So now what you want to do is you're going to see Ellie, and now go ahead and hit the prompt for the optional conversation.
Everything all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, you just kind of seem extra quiet today.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's not. It's fine.
She drops the ladder. and starts noticing something which she's not telling us, obviously. Just keep following her.
Kidding me?
Just head through, come up the stairs, make a right, and then cut through the catwalk here.
Hurry up.
Surprisingly, you don't see nothing just yet, so... But when she opens the door, to our surprise, we see a giraffe.
You see this?
So just walk up to the giraffe, hit triangle, and then that'll trigger the next optional conversation.
What are you doing?
It's all right. Come here. Come here. Hey, fella. Hurry up. Come on.
Hey there. So fucking cool. Oh, where's it off to? Here, come on, let's go.
Slow down, kiddo.
So now once you head outside, and to me, this is like one of the best scenes in the whole game. Just go ahead and you're going to see a whole group of giraffe. Head down the stairs here and approach Ellie, and that's going to trigger the next optional conversation. And like I said, one of the best scenes in the game, and I really like how this scene was put together. Just go ahead and hit the prompts and listen into the next conversation.
So, is everything you were hoping for?
It's got its ups and downs, but you can't deny the view, though.
So after that emotional conversation between Ellie and Joel, which to me was one of the most, I don't know, emotional conversations, I would say, because you can tell he's finally starting to open up to Ellie, you know. So continuing on, we're just going to head down the stairs,
I know you mean well.
and we're just going to keep following the stairs all the way down
There's
to the
no
ground
halfway
level.
with this. Once we're done,
So go ahead and head over
we'll go
into the
wherever you
door here. Keep following Ellie.
okay?
So then she's going to make a left. So we're going to actually head into this restroom here. So go ahead and open up the door. And we're going to head into this far stall. And right in front is going to be one of Ellie's comics.
I bet Ellie'd like this.
So now once you make your way back outside, go ahead and pass the tank on your right side. And you want to head into that big Fedra medical tent.
Right after everything went down,
So keep going
I
straight.
ended up in a triage just like
And you
this.
can even see it from here. What we're going for is going to be the last workbench tool upgrade. So head over to the red box, and once they finish conversing, you should be able to hit the prompt.
Is that after you lost Sarah?
Yes, it was.
And there you go. That's the 5th workbench tool upgrade. And I thought you had to wait for the conversation to be over, but you really don't. So that'll be the next
Sorry,
collectible.
Joel.
That's okay, Ellie.
And you also get the trophy, Sharpest tool in the shed. So now this will be the time to look for a brick or a bottle in the event that you don't have one, which in my case, I don't. So go ahead and grab one, only because now we need to hit the Firefly Pendant, but it's going to be hanging from a light. That's the light fixture. So there it is right there. Just try to get a good angle on it. And there you go. That should be good. And like before, just always just throw it and go ahead. And there's your next Firefly Pendant. So right after you collect the Firefly Pendant, you want to head over and approach the tent on the far left. So inside here is going to be another workbench. And like I've always said, guys, you don't need to have any workbench tool, the bits or anything like that. You just need to interact with it. And like I've always mentioned, once you see that wrench symbol, that's you're okay to go ahead and upgrade. And like I've always mentioned, upgrade it how you see fit. And we can go ahead and move on right from there.
Now we're talking.
So after you finish your upgrades, completely turn all the way around, and we're going to go ahead and get the next collectible, which is going to be this artifact on the table. So now once you've collected that, we're going to go ahead and proceed the right way now. And we're just going to continue on with the story. But what's going to happen now is as we approach this bus here, Ellie's going to stop Joel, and this is going to trigger another conversation. So go ahead, head over to the double doors, and then go ahead and look at Ellie. And go ahead and hit the triangle prompts. And what's going to happen is she's going to go ahead and give Joel Sarah's photo. The one that Sarah and Joel were posing in where Sarah was playing soccer.
Here. Maria showed this to me and I stole it. I hope you don't mind.
Now go ahead and take the photo. I know this must have been incredibly hard for Joel. You know, even after 20 years, it's still going to be difficult because no parent would ever want to lose their child. So I can only imagine what he's going through. So now that you exit the bus, you want to go ahead and start heading down into the tunnel. But before we go all the way into the tunnel, we want to go ahead and pass the bus, but not completely. We just want to go ahead and make a complete U-turn, as the Firefly Pendant that we're looking for is going to be right here next to the bus tire. Okay, so now this part you need to be very quiet and very careful because there's going to be a ton of clickers and a couple bloaters around. Okay, so what I would recommend is just go ahead and just crouch, just stay as silent as you can. And what we're going to be doing is getting on top of this truck here. Now you're going to know you're in the right area because you'll see the St. Mary's Hospital head sign and also the Tunnel East sign as well. It's going to be right next to a couple other trucks and also the police cruiser right here as well. So like I mentioned, just be very quiet because when you look, you got runners, you got clickers, and you got bloaters. So you want to be very, very careful here. So just go ahead and climb on top of this truck here because that's where the manual is going to be at. So again, be very careful, stay as quiet as you can, and just go ahead and quickly pick up the training manual. And what this one does is a bomb upgrade. The explosion radius is 2 times wider, and you also get the trophy, something to fight for. Once you get up to the part where you have to get the ladder so Ellie can climb up, go ahead and just position it. And go ahead and just drop it down once you get the triangle prompt. Nice and easy.
All right, just stick to the edge. It's shallow over there.
I love how you can just see that fish are inside this water. It's just mind-boggling. But anyway, you want to go ahead and head over to this catwalk and just take it all the way down. Because at the end of it, you're going to actually collect another one of Ellie's comics. And as always, just go ahead and hit the prompt, and the comic is going to be yours.
That comics he's been reading.
So once you boost Ellie up, go ahead and just wait for her to open the gate for you. Or the door, rather. Now, word of caution. Just like the remastered version, there is going to be a clicker in this corner here. Now, in this version here, you're not going to see the clicker in plain sight. He's actually going to be behind of the ton of crates and boxes and whatnot. So if you take out one of your guns, you'll be able to see his head kind of swivel back and forth. Go ahead and just take him out. You know, I used the rifle, it didn't work the first time, so I went ahead and I just killed him when he got closer to the fence area. So just do that first before you give her the boost, otherwise she will get attacked by the clicker. So go ahead and just continue proceeding on, and you want to stop right here because this is going to be the next workbench. And that'll be your next trophy for getting all the workbenches prepared for the worst. And so right after you interact with the workbench, go ahead and head down. And instead of following Ellie to the left, go ahead and take a right because it's going to be another Shiv door. Just make sure you have enough Shivs as always. Go ahead and use your Shiv. And there we go.
All right.
And guys, that is going to be it for the Bus Depot chapter. Like I mentioned, it was not a long chapter as far as the collectibles go by any means whatsoever. So I'm going to end it here, guys. Thank you again for, sticking with me. I know this video was kind of, it was a gap between the videos I normally do on a weekly basis, but I had vacation from work and, things just got kind of hectic here at home. But I will be wrapping up the series shortly. So we just need to focus on the hospital and also the epilogue, and then we'll jump into the DLC. So with that being said, guys, I'll end it here and I'll see you guys in the hospital. And as always, stay sharp, my friends.